What's up, everybody? This is Leon Rainbow. I'm out here in Philly. I'm doing a spray paint demo for Philadelphia Mural Arts. Today, I'm just going to show you some basic spray painting techniques. One of the things that we do as artists is to design, when you're doing your letters, to sketch through the different pieces. So the more complicated that it gets, it makes sure that everything lines up when you come out from one part of the letter to another. Some of the things that's really unique to using spray paint is that you can get really soft fades really quickly. That's one, and that the paint dries really quick, so you could go over it right away. Some of the things that I'm going to go over with you is like how to do clean lines, how to clean up your lines, and basically, so with the fades, I'm just going to show you a little bit of fading here. So if you have two colors, I like to use colors that are kind of close together. So you fill in one, right? And then say I have the other one, which would be this one here. Make sure you shake your cans up a lot because, sometimes the paint will come out clog or. So basically, when you do your fade, you want to hold your can at like a 90-degree angle so that you're basically laying the paint on. And when you fill in, you hold the paint straight. So one of the things to do is to try to make sure that it looks as solid as possible. And then you go back with the other color and fade into that one until you get like a soft fade. So you do the two colors apart together, and that's how you get your soft fade. And then you could always do like a design coming through, or like some little bits or something. So this is one of the typical ways that we set things up. So this is like a classic like 3-color fade. So another very important thing is cutting lines. So we're doing line work. So when you do it, you want to try to keep your hand even with the wall and move at a steady space. So the three things that you could control when using spray paint is how hard you press the top, how close or how far you are from the wall, your motion, and how long you stay in one place. So those are the things that you want to be mindful of when you're painting. So if you're holding it too close and you're pushing too hard, you're going to get a drip. So what you want to do is not press as hard, and then it doesn't drip. If you want to get thinner lines, have the can closer to the wall, almost touching. So that's some of the ways. So you want to hold it close and move with it. Okay, so there you go. And then say like I overshot these lines, so you go back and clean it up, is you get the color, and same technique. You want to make sure that the tip is fit, like, so you have one sharp edge on one side and it'll be fading into the other one. So of course this can isn't, but basically that's how you would cut these lines. So I'll try to do some up here too, just so you guys can get the feel of it. So I want to just make this line a little bit sharper. There we go. So what they call this technique is called cutting back. So you're taking the other color from the inside and cleaning up your outline. So that's called cutting back. So the most important thing about you know, painting on walls using spray paint is to have fun, be safe, do it in a legal way. If you're in the house, make sure that you either open a window or go outside. If you go outside, make sure that you're at least 6 feet from each other. You know, with this COVID-19 thing, you know, we're able to come out here and paint in social distance, but it's important that we all stay, you know, at least 6 feet apart, wear masks, wear gloves, you know, and you know, really try to, you know, help keep this virus down. Oh man, I used the wrong color. The beauty of spray paint is, okay, so I used the wrong color. So since it almost dries to the touch instantly, I could go right back over it. Like if this was like acrylic paint, for instance, you'd have to wait like a half hour to be able to do that. So that's one of the things that makes, you know, using spray paint really fun, really quick, and really fast. And then some of the things I like to do is like, okay, so I have these 3 different colors. I like to, like I was saying, bring some designs from one color to the next, like just some little pattern things, and then fade it off. You know, the good thing with using spray paint is you know, it's really a medium. It takes a long time to master it, but at the same time, it's really forgiving because if you make a mistake, you know, like you could go right back over it. So say I wanted that line a little bit different, you know, or say I wanted to change something over here, like see how I went in there, then, you know, it's real easy just to go right back over it and fill it in. So yeah, these are just some basic tips and tricks. Let me just show you a couple more lines. So the other thing is that you want to try to do is to try to go from one point to another. If you try to go like how you would sketch, it just becomes really choppy. Like, you know, if you want to do a clean line, so say if you want to go from this point to this point, you want to try to do it in one motion. So this point to this point, one motion. Because if you know, if you try to do that, that's how you wind up getting like choppy lines and drips. It's hard for me to do it because, you know, I'm so used to doing it the other way. But, you know, like I said, it's real easy to fix those. See, I made those couple things. I wipe it off, and then I'll just come and cut that line back. Boom. And that's how easy it is to fix. Done. You know, same thing like over here. Like say this line is choppy, or I have this line come over here, you know, and I want to fix it. I just take the other color, get it going a little bit, and it's like basically like a magic eraser, you know. Like, okay, that was a little bit misty. You know, you might want to give it a second, but yeah, boom. So those are some techniques that, you know, I've learned that have really helped me, you know, learn how to, you know, do different things. So the standard parts of doing a graffiti lettering piece is, this is the fill, then you have the outline, and then so the 3D or the dimension is here. So say what I like to do is just do everything one direction. So with this one, I'm going to go straight down. So this would be behind, and I use a can to measure it. So let's say this is about 3/4 of a can, 3/4 of a can. You want everything to be about the same width. So if this was coming through, it's actually really coming through the letter, and it'll be over here. And then, you know, then you fill that in. Okay. Okay, so yeah, so that's basically your outline, your fill, and then if you look at some of the other things would be like to put little highlights on it. or another color to kind of, like maybe a yellow or something, to bring it off of here. That's you know, your lesson for today. You know, just some quick spray painting tips. You know, thank you, Philadelphia Mural Arts, for having me do this workshop. I appreciate it. Everybody stay safe, and you know, we can beat this virus. We're all in it together.